What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks bringing you some more Go Battle League matches here in the Ultra League. In this video I'm going to be rolling with this team of GIRATINA, Altered, Swampert, and Alolan Muck there in the back. I really like this team. I think I go like 3-2 and then 3-2 again, which for me I will totally take that in Ultra League. And if you guys didn't know, Niantic just released a big move rebalance. And so the Ancient Power now does significantly less damage. You still have that chance for the boost, but it's a lot worse of a move energy-wise now. So if you do opt to still run Ancient Power on your Giratina, just realize that it's not going to be hitting for near as much damage as you originally anticipated. So for me personally, I'm probably going to roll with Shadow Claw and then Dragon Claw and Shadow Sneak. Fun fact about that is that moveset can actually beat Registeel in the 2-shield scenario, and in all other shielding scenarios it's at least a lot closer compared to your other options, because Shadow Sneak at least is going to hit for neutral damage there. I've been going back and forth on whether or not I want to run Dragon Breath or Shadow Claw on my Giratina. Tried out Dragon Breath for a little bit, and I like that it dishes out more damage. But personally, I just like the energy generation of Shadow Claw. So I'm most likely going to be running with that. And I believe in these videos my Swampert was running, yes, it is running Sludge Wave. And this is because I want a little bit more added resistance to the Charmers. Because Alolan Muck is actually going to kind of struggle against the Charmers if shields are up. And I was running Sludge Wave on my Alolan Muck in this video as well. I've been going back and forth between Gunk Shot and Sludge Wave, but I think if I'm going to be using Alolan Muck as a possible safe switch, I want to have that Sludge Wave just to ensure that I can get to possibly 2 Sludge Waves instead of just 1 Gunk Shot for the lower energy cost. Another Pokemon that kind of got affected by this this Ancient Power damage reduction is this Articuno matchup now. Pretty sure Articuno wins in all even shielding scenarios now because Ancient Power does far less damage now. So really great for Articuno because there just should not be a scenario where Articuno doesn't win against Giratina when you're hitting it for super effective the whole time. So I'm really glad that particular matchup is worked out a little bit better now. So let's kind of see what's going on here. They bring in a Snorlax into my my Alolan Muck, which is a very interesting play. They're going to have to land an Earthquake on me because Body Slams, they do a decent amount of damage, but I am resisting all of this lick damage. If this is an Earthquake, it's obviously going to do a lot of damage, and so I correctly shielded up. That probably would have taken me out at that health, even though Snorlax has a pretty crappy attack stat and doesn't get stab on Earthquake. But this is just going to be a Body Slam. They're just doing some last second chip damage before they're going out there. Let's see, out comes Swampert, and this is why I heavily overfarmed on this Snorlax. I'm hopefully going to be able to get to 2 Dark Pulses before this Swampert can throw a Hydro Cannon. That is exactly what you like to see. And then before that Swampert can just fast move farm me down, I switch into my own Giratina. Out comes Articuno. It's able to Ice Shard me down. Not good at all. I bring out my Alolan Muck. I'm able to snarl down that Articuno, but not before it's able to get an Icy Wind off. This is going to take me out. But this is actually really good because it's going to allow my Swampert to get 1 Mudshot's worth of energy. This Swampert has to land 2 Hydro Cannons on me to take me out, and even then it's barely not going to be enough. But I'm able to get to this Hydro Cannon, and this should be enough to take out their Swampert there. Able to take that match there. Good games. Or a good game. Going up against Nabata 2. Up against the Typhlosion. So in theory, you would think that this matchup favors Giratina, but I'm very surprised that this Typhlosion is staying in here. I am running the Dragon Breath variant right now, so you can see how much more damage I'm doing to this Typhlosion. Blast Burn is still going to do a decent chunk, so I shielded up there. Going for the Dragon Claw bait here, because I have slower energy generation compared to Shadow Claw, I'm not able to threaten these charge moves near as fast as I normally am. This is just going to be another Blast Burn again. Solar Beam would be resisted and wouldn't get stabbed. Going for another Dragon Claw. This connects, and I'm barely able to take out that Typhlosion, but look at what a fight that thing put up, man. I do not have very much health left. Really put up a good fight, and now they're able to bring in the Registeel and go for a crazy aggressive farm down. Can we get the boost and boost these Dragon Breaths? That'd be amazing. We don't get the boost, but they also dump their energy into my Giratina here, so I'm totally okay with that. I've won the lead scenario. This is going to allow my Swampert to come in and take them out. If they have a Charmer in the back, this is a little bit scary. If they have Giratina in the back, we're feeling pretty comfortable with this. The thing with Registeel is man, you still have to commit shields even against this hardest counters unless you're running Charizard. It's their Poliwrath in the back, and this is not super great for me. I really hope this Sludge Wave lands, and it does. I'm really hoping that I caught an Ice Punch right here. It is an Ice Punch, thank goodness. Here's a scenario where Gunk Shot would be better, but even a Gunk Shot I don't think is going to take out a Poliwrath at that health. It only hits for neutral, and Poliwrath is so freaking tanky in Ultra League. Sludge Wave does connect and do a lot of damage. This is definitely going to be the Dynamic Punch, but this Poliwrath is kind of heavily over-farmed right now. I really need to get rid of this thing. I was actually at a Sludge Wave, but I threw a Dark Pulse instead. It's just barely enough to take it out. I have a little bit of residual energy here. Gonna be able to throw the Dark Pulse onto this Registeel. And it's barely enough to take it out. That was a Best Buddy boosted Registeel. 2478 I think is a hundo too. And I don't have a Registeel built for Ultra, and I won't have a Registeel built for Ultra probably for months to come, because I am in such a rare candy shortage right now, and I hardly have any Registeel candies, and I don't even have a good Registeel to power up to begin with. So my Registeel will just hang out in the Great League and do its business in the Great League. And when Ultra League rolls around again, I'm just going to have to be very conscious of how to counter Registeel, because I believe Registeel is the best Pokemon in Ultra League. It's absolutely insane, even better than Giratina Altered in my opinion. You are an absolute wall to the Charmers. Even against your hardest counters like Swampert, you still have a Focus Blast to threaten them with. It does so much damage. You beat the other Steel types. It's just absolutely insane. The thing with the Alolan Muck is you can slightly outpace Registeel to the charge moves, but in no shielding scenario are you ever going to win that matchup. But I at least was able to chip it down a little bit there. They do not want me farming their Registeel with my Swampert. So I build up to a Hydro Cannon. I'm bringing in my Giratina. I am at a significant energy disadvantage. That Crunch would really hurt. This is a Dragon Breath Gyarados, and it is putting on a lot of damage onto my Giratina here, so hitting me for super effective. I just went for the Dragon Claw hoping that I would get a shield there, but I definitely should have went with Ancient Power because it would have been for super effective. Crunch is not enough to take me out. This Dragon Claw is going to be enough to take out the Gyarados. They let it go. I have hardly any health left. They have their own Giratina in the back, and this is absolutely good game. So this is where not having Earthquake on my Swampert does hurt me a little bit, but that is okay. I honestly do. I think I am going to continue to roll with Sludge Wave just to have that surprise factor against the grass types. It allows me to use Swampert a little bit more comfortably as a safe switch. Can't tell you the number of times I've gotten walled by a freaking Meganium that comes in and is just like, great, I get to have 100 energy off this Swampert because it can't threaten me with anything. Venusaur is a different story. Obviously, Earthquake is going to be better in that scenario. But against the Charmers too, it's a very nice surprise. Going up against Sam's here. This is a favorable lead for me. You always need to watch out for the Earthquake. And it is a lot more challenging to count fast moves when Giratina literally takes up the whole screen. Can we get like an above the view camera angle here so we don't just look at Giratina Altered's butt the whole time and can't see the other Pokemon? That is unfortunate. Man. This is probably going to be a Hydro Cannon, yep. But Hydro Cannon really does not do that much damage. This Dragon Claw should barely be enough to take out this Swampert. I do get a shield there, but I'm hoping that my Dragon Breath damage can outpace the Swampert's Mud Shot damage. I know I'm going to be able to get... They make a sacrificial swap into Lucario, and I am so slow here. I didn't really know what to do, so I just threw a Dragon Claw because that gave me a little bit more time to think about my choice. This is probably going to be a close combat or an Aura Sphere. Nothing is going to one-shot me, but it does a ridiculous amount of damage. I overfarm here just a little bit. I need to re-look into the counts for Aura Sphere. I can't remember how much energy that move is. It's a relatively new move that Lucario learned. Oh my gosh, here comes a Venusaur. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure in this match the Venusaur sweeps the rest of my line here, even against the Giratina and the Alolan Muck. Perfect farm down on their part. Really great play. No need to throw a charge move there. They are totally loaded. I tried to make a sacrificial swap. It was a huge fail. And these Frenzy Plants do about a third of Alolan Muck's health. It's pretty crazy. That's just how good of a move Frenzy Plant is. All of these starter Pokemon really function well in the Ultra League because they're able to reach a lot of their bulk in Ultra League. But you do need those Community Day moves. They are definitely must-haves on these Pokemon. This Frenzy Plant is going to be enough to freaking take me out. Who would have thought, man? A Venusaur takes out Alolan Muck. That's insane. Good game there. We are in a Giratina mirror match. Okay, we're lagging bad. I am running Dragon Breath. They are running Shadow Claw. We are both hitting each other for super effective, and you can kind of see how the damage is stacking up here. Damage is looking to be about equal, but their energy generation is higher than mine. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, I think I might lose this mirror match. So I switch out of there. This is really good for me. Alolan Muck can catch whatever this is going to be. It's an Ancient Power. Out comes Swampert. But at least my Alolan Muck has a head start on the energy advantage here. A Hydro Cannon is still not going to take me out at this range. But if I were to shield here, it would almost be kind of a wasted shield. Because no matter what, I'm going to be able to get off this Dark Pulse. And I'm actually able to snarl down the Swampert. That was absolutely amazing for me. Puts me back in control of this matchup here. Out comes Togekiss. Okay. But shields are up. This is really rough. This is why I'm running Sludge Wave on my Swampert. So I'm thinking, okay, man, they got 2 shields. I gotta get a shield bait with this. Come on, let's see a shield, please. This is the ballsiest Togekiss I've ever seen, man. No shield on that? Granted, I haven't run into another person that runs Sludge Wave on their Swampert, so I guess if you're in the Togekiss's scenario, you're like, yeah, I can tank that. Should have went for the Sludge Wave, but it's just way too risky energy-wise. I am able to put on a lot of shield pressure here. But they know that I have Giratina. I make the swap right there. Out comes their own Giratina. I'm able to get this Dragon Claw off, but they have taken me so low in health, and I can't sit here and overfarm. Togekiss is going to come out and ruin my day there. And it's barely able to charm me down. I had the Hydro Cannon. So close. If I would have landed the Sludge Wave, could have possibly flipped that scenario, but... So this is an instance where if I was running Shadow Claw with Shadow Sneak, it wouldn't be as bad of a matchup. It's a little bit more playable. But I do switch in my Alolan Muck, and the only thing they have in response to it is their own Alolan Muck. This is really good for me. Don't want to commit any shields here. I now know that my Swampert is going to have so much play here, because Swampert's going to do great against the Registeel and great against their Alolan Muck. We do need to keep in mind that that Registeel is loaded on energy in the back, though. Looks like my Muck won the CMP tie right here. All of my Ultra League Mons have pretty crappy PvP IVs. I just went with whatever I had because I really don't want to invest too much dust into Ultra League. So just rolling with what I got, and if they're shiny, that's even better. I get a shield there. I'm very surprised. Out comes Gyarados. I am switch locked against this Gyarados, but hey, this is where Sludge Wave has a little bit more play. Boom, it connects, because normally if you're the Gyarados, you don't have to worry about Hydro Cannon or Earthquake. So really good surprise factor on my part there. They are probably just barely not in Hydro Cannon range. Let's see how much this does. It's going to be very close. Oh, I get a shield. Really good for me. And then I switch in my own Giratina here. Because I want to preserve my Swampert against their Registeel, which I know is going to be coming out very soon. I commit to the Dragon Breath farm down there. Registeel is going to be tough to deal with. Oh man, their Alolan Muck still has energy. And I just let my Giratina go down. And I'm going to bring out my Swampert to farm this thing down even more. Save my shield for the Registeel. Out comes the Registeel. And they actually instantly throw a charge move here. This is definitely going to be a Flash Cannon. Swampert is crazy fast at getting to its charge moves, like we know here. But one more Hydro Cannon is not going to be enough. I'm going to have to land a second Hydro Cannon or make a sacrificial swap into my Alolan Muck here. I make the swap. It wasn't perfectly timed, but they still had to commit to throwing a charge move anyways. Out comes my Swampert. I'm able to farm this thing down. Gets me right to a Hydro Cannon. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm throwing this Hydro Cannon here. And it takes out the Alolan Muck. Very close game. I had to successfully get that swap at the end there to absorb that energy in order to win that. So again, favorable lead for me. They switch out into their own Alolan Muck. This is beautiful for me. But we know I really love using Alolan Muck as a switch in, and it's specifically for this matchup. Everyone is going to freaking bring their Swampert when you switch in an Alolan Muck. If you can get like 2 Snarls worth of energy, which is very easily done, because hardly anyone's going to blind swap a Swampert onto your Alolan Muck. You can land 2 Dark Pulses, which is actually enough to really threaten that Swampert, which is pretty surprising. So they commit both shields here. I'm very surprised by this. I commit my second shield. I'm expecting maybe a swap. But you never know with this new animation that Niantic put in the game where someone will make a sacrificial swap and then the camera like won't be on that Pokemon. You can't even see what came in. It's the most frustrating thing ever. And because I was stupid and overfarmed there, I lost that matchup. Lost control of the game. I bring out Giratina to farm this thing down. They have Shiftry. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. Because we know that they still have Swampert in the back. And Swampert's going to come out and do a lot of damage to this Alolan Muck. I'm assuming they're running Earthquake. Since shields are down, this is going to nuke me pretty well. You can see just how much damage 2 Dark Pulses do to Swampert. It's pretty much enough to take it out. Lands the Earthquake. Oh boy, out comes Giratina. That Shiftry is going to give me so many problems, and it's going to win the CMP tie. So I need to, I could not risk getting hit by an Earthquake. I had to overfarm a little bit. Able to get 1 more Dragon Breaths off there. But here comes 2 foul plays because Shiftry is so insane. Wow, I was 1 Dragon Breath away from getting to that, but I would have lost the CMP, so I had to commit to farming more on that Swampert. That was my only win condition there. Good game. If I were running the Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak variant here, this would be a very clean win in all shielding scenarios because I'd be hitting for super effective the entire time, while Mewtwo is only hitting for neutral. Boom! Get the boost. Game over. That's literally how this goes. I don't even have to commit a shield right there because I know it's not going to hit me for super effective. And boosted Dragon Breath is absolutely disgusting. Oh my gosh. It does so much damage anyways. This is a half health Giratina. Oh, I think I sweep their whole line with this one Pokemon. Out comes Swampert. This thing is getting eaten alive by this Dragon Breath damage. These Dragon Claws are going to do so much damage. I get a shield. This is amazing. I'm going to let this go through. It's an Earthquake. It's still not enough to take me out. Oh, I definitely could have committed both shields here and just totally went on a sweep. But I'm going to be nice, and I'm letting this stuff go through. Oh, they had Registeel in the back. Why would you not bring out Registeel right away? That's very interesting. This is game over anyways, though, because even though this Registeel has a significant energy advantage, Swampert with 2 shields, don't care about that, and this trainer knows it. They leave the game early there. Good game going up against Goalmate. This is kind of an interesting matchup. Now that, another change that Niantic made is Ominous Wind now costs more energy, and I believe does less damage as well. So now it's a pretty crappy move, and really the only thing it grants you is the chance of getting the boost, which is amazing, but not when it hardly does any damage. So when Master League rolls around, my Giratina Origin form is definitely going to be rolling with Shadow Ball and Dragon Pulse, which is going to help me not be walled by those Snorlaxes in Master League as well. Able to take out that matchup there because I called the Ominous Wind bait. So very favorable for me. But yikes, out comes a Lowland Muck. It is going to heavily farm me down here. But the Dragon Breath damage is chipping away. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I can bring out my own Alolan Muck to absorb all this energy. I'm going to resist all of the moves versus if I brought in Swampert, which normally is a counter to it, I would have to eat 2 Dark Pulses, and we know how that goes. It does not go very well. Gunk Shot. Oh my gosh, Gunk Shot hits so hard. But that Alolan Muck still has a little bit of residual energy, but drained a whole lot of it on that Gunk Shot. It's a very high energy cost move. My Swampert is coming into this Swampert with an energy disadvantage, so I do need to look out. Because I successfully shielded that Earthquake, that solidifies me this matchup right here. Very bold move going for the Earthquake, but I figured since they had an energy advantage, they would think that that is their play there. I overfarm here just enough. I count to 3 Mud Shots because there are some scenarios where it only takes 4 Mud Shots for the other Swampert to get to a Hydro Cannon. Can't tell you the number of times I've been too greedy with my overfarming and it's cost me. Able to take that match. Let me know what you think of this team. I still really like using Giratina Altered, but I don't think I'm going to be running Ancient Power anymore. I'm still trying to climb my rank up a little bit, but Ultra League is pretty difficult. If you liked the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to support the channel and be on my friends list and train with me, head on over to my Patreon. The link will be down in the description. I will see you all in the next video.